Hey, what's up, guys? So, the trick how to deal with toxic people. So, we can talk about it today. So, yeah. So, just thought about it. So, I'm multitasking. So, what you're going to do? Had some conversations lately, and yeah, lately, couple of months lately, couple of weeks lately. It's on the internet and in person. You don't know whether it's an old person, old acquaintance or family, or maybe a new person, or a comment, a stranger, a nobody, and especially new people. So we don't know how they act in the first place. We don't know if they're immature, if they're toxic, or entitled in the first place. So we gotta play it safe. What I mean is, with a lot of experiences this past few years, that I've become an adult, and I've achieved my goals, and I'm financially independent. I'm early retired, so I don't like to take advice from people who are not early retired or financially independent, stuff like that. But we don't know how they would react. We'd only know after they react. So the trick is to not maybe be passive or just agree, but there are options, and it might be different per person. But there's some options. You can agree, but most of all, you should not disagree outright. You can disagree in the back of your head, in your mind, but you can agree. You can just nod. You just acknowledge your opinions and don't say no. So that's the key word. They don't like to be said no. I don't know. Maybe it's from their past issues. They're spoiled or they're entitled. We can't expect everybody to behave like us. Like me, if someone disagrees, I don't care pretty much. I don't need to feel insulted if they disagree with my opinions, especially opinions that I did not ask for, unsolicited opinions and advice. There's a lot of that going around there. So they're an expert at everything. People, non-YouTubers will teach me how to do YouTube. What the fuck? And then I disagree, and then they will be toxic about it. So this is unnecessary drama, waste of time. So I'm just plugging here just to get it out of my system. So we don't know. They might also be, probably they're also trying to get some stuff out of their system. Their life sucks, their job sucks, their family sucks, they suck. They have no friends, nobody likes them, nobody cares for them. So my main channel has like 20,000 subscribers. If that's not a proof that people like me, support me. Yeah, hey, they're bots. Yeah, I don't pay for bots. So I have thank you comments, and they're not bots. I'm just I'm already retired, and I don't do content for my subscribers. If they wanna watch, fine. If you wanna subscribe, fine. But trends come and go. People come and go. PewDiePie has billion subscribers. I don't know, 10 million. I'm not sure, but only like 1% of his subscribers watch his views. So yeah, I'm kind of like PewDiePie, but me, I just upload whatever I want. But I'm not like PewDiePie. He still entertains people. I'm not here to entertain people. So yeah, so just say no. I don't say no. You can agree, but don't follow it. And at the end of the day, they might forget about it, and they won't. They won't see, unless they're like your coach. They won't see what you do every day, the progress every day. So don't disagree outright. Probably just play the game, play the art of war. Just agree, but don't agree. The back of your head, don't agree. Just to just agree to just, you know, satisfy their ego boost, and you know, and to move on, so that we could just all move on from that. You know, I've had people, you know, arguing with me all day, you know, about this and that, you know, that I'm wrong, that they're right. You know, they're not doing YouTube, they're not earning anything from YouTube, and then they're right. How is that supposed to mean? So, I'm a black belt in karate, but you're going to teach me. But I ask you, what's your background? You can't even answer. So, I'm doing, example, I'm doing axe kick. So, are you sure that I'm doing a axe kick of your fighting style? Huh? Am I doing? I'm asking you what your fighting style is. You won't even answer. So, there's I can do an axe kick in karate way, the Miyagi way, or taekwondo way. So maybe probably these are just like MMA people, you know. So don't agree outright, you know. Don't disagree outright. It will hurt their feelings, you know. And they're gonna do it, especially in public. You're gonna do a temper tantrum, you know. So just for your safety and for both of your safety, you know, for everyone's safety, you know, and just for your peace of mind, you know, your peace of mind is just worth, it's just priceless. So, and you know, if you come into an argument with them, so you become like them, you know. That's just it. You get infected, you know, and you're gonna be toxic like them as well. That's how people bring you down to their level. So just don't disagree outright, you know. Just play the game, you know. Just do your poker face, you know. Just humor them, you know. And at the end of the day, don't follow them, you know. They won't be able to keep track of everything you do, and they might forget it. But the most important thing is to just have more peace, you know. You know, because people who are guilty, you know, of offending you or hate you, you know, are offended by everything you say or do. So might as well just, you know, speak less, you know, just agree. You know, when I'm in situations, you know, people, you just have huge egos, you know, just agree, you know. And I don't have to argue because their feelings are hurt because they're this big guy, successful guy, you know. They know everything, they're powerful, they have lots of money, they have powerful egos. So if they are, you know, if they are successful, then if you are truly successful, you know, why do you have to keep arguing your point desperately, like your life depends on it? Whatever point is that? Why you keep, you know, have to keep arguing about your ego that you're always right, you know, if you're successful. You know, if you're, you know what Tyrion Lannister says, any king who says he's the king is not no true king. So they're not true kings. So basically,